Remember when I said that everything else was going to be taking a back seat for a while I did Sonic Month? Well, there's been something on my mind lately. Something that I need to just get out there now. And that is the animated films of 2022 so far. They have been terrible. I am not joking. They have been some of the worst freaking crap I have ever seen. I am not joking. And a certain new release has just reminded me to make this video. To tell you guys about these movies and to avoid them like the plague. I'm Jack Small. This same video is going to be on both Animation Station and Cynical Saiyan. So, just letting you know that right now. I will try to keep cursing to a minimum. But no promises. Got it? Like I said, we are here to talk about the worst animated films of 2022. Which has pretty much been all of them so far. Like I said, I am not joking. This is not a joke. This is not for views or whatever. This is me telling you straight up with no hyperbole or censorship. The animated movies that have come out this year so far have been dreadful. And we're going to talk about all of them right now. So seeing someone like me rage at this type of stuff, or you're going to come out with, oh, it's just a kid's movie defense, there's the door. Get out. So let's go ahead and go from here to there, alright? First up, the Loud House movie. I jumped out of Loud House after they kicked out the original creator. Because after that, the show went to absolute mediocrity. And I didn't care anymore. But I had hope that this film, a Netflix film, mind you, would be at least decent. It's not. It's bad. It is really freaking bad. Like, the story had potential, you know, the family moving to Scotland or whatever to try and, well, to discover their heritage, and for Lincoln to try and discover his role in the family. Here's the problem. They establish his role in the family in the first 5 minutes. And then they just move his character all over the dang place with no consistency. And the rest of the family is just horrible to him. They're horrible to him. Not to mention, there's no funny lines whatsoever. The villain sucks. Like, the villain is terrible. Straight up terrible. And talking about this movie literally makes me want to have an aneurysm. But I'm not going to. I'm just telling you right now. Even if you are a fan of this series somehow, even after they kicked the creator out, avoid it. If you guys want my final verdict, it's a 2. It is a 2 out of 10. It's garbage. Do not bother. Next, Ice Age 6. Why? Why, Disney, couldn't you have just let this over-milked franchise just stay dead when you acquired Blue Sky? Why did you have to bring it back and give it your full support and backing when it seemed like the franchise was done. You just could not stop yourself from dipping your hand back in that pool and putting us through another one of these terrible freaking films. Like, I love the first three Ice Ages. Those three, I do not mind. It is 4, 5, and now 6 that legitimately piss me off. This movie was just a chore to sit through. I like Simon Pegg's Buck Wild, okay? I'm glad he got the main focus, and he's definitely the best part of the movie, bar none. But the rest of it is a boring slog. The writing is the most low effort crap I think I could even see in an animated film out of all the Ice Ages, and that's saying a lot. The story was just meandering and mediocre. The rest of the other characters didn't feel like they had a purpose, and it just felt corporate. The whole film felt corporate. It felt like a movie that was just shoved out the door onto Disney Plus just to make more money for a company that already makes more than enough money every year off of Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar. You see my point? There's no need. There's no need to make this kind of crap when you have these three things that already make you bucket loads of money every single freaking year. Even if you don't release a film on any of those franchises that year, you still make money off of it. Because they still make games, they still make freaking toys, they still make merch. You still get more than enough money from those three every single year. Did you not learn your lesson from bringing back Home Sweet Home Alone last year? It was my worst movie of the year. But apparently you guys didn't learn your lesson because you decided to bring back another 20th Century Fox series that was already just dead. But you had to bring it back just to milk more money out of it. Because you are becoming the most corporate of corporates I have ever seen. Even Nintendo is cringing right now. SH6, you're 2 out of 10. Let's move on. Next, Hotel Transylvania 4. I'm gonna be nice. Okay? I'm gonna be nice to this film. Because it is definitely the best out of all of these thus far. And I'm gonna tell you why. First up, Brian Hull's Dracula. He did really good, actually. He was a perfectly good replacement for Adam Sandler, even though I don't know why they kicked him out in the first place. Two, I like its concept. I like how they did the reverse thing with the monsters being humans and the human being the monster. That's a really nice dynamic. Three, there are a few jokes that didn't at least make me chuckle or smile, because there was a little bit of effort still being put in here. But this is still Sony we're talking about, so asking a little from them is like asking the world from anyone else. But the rest of the movie, it still has its trappings, it still has its faults, and still has its issues. But they're not that bad. Like, at the end of the day, this movie, for being the last in the franchise, it's dead average. It's a 5. This is the one that I can say I didn't mind watching, and I won't mind watching it again. It's way better than 3, I can tell you that right now. But still, it's just meh. And now for the one that's gonna make so many people leave so many comments on this video, calling me a sexist or a racist or just an all-around idiot. Let me make something clear right now. Me hating the film I'm about to talk about has nothing to do with the gender or the race of anyone involved. So if you think that me not liking this means that I'm like a man-child or a sexist or a racist, you are part of the problem. Got it? And with that said, if you haven't left already, let's talk about Turning Red. This is not only the worst Pixar film and the worst animated film out of this entire lot, but I will go so far as to say it's one of the worst animated films I've ever seen in my entire life. Yes, the animation is still excellent. This is Pixar that we are talking about. They always deliver excellent animation, even if their story and their characters and their writing doesn't live up to it. This is the bottom barrel definition of that. The animation is amazing. I will completely admit that with zero transparency. It's fluid, it's cartoony, it's stylistic, and I don't mind it. The animation is not the problem here. The problem is the content, which is borderline offensive and disgusting. I mean, I give Pixar some credit for having the boldness to try and tackle something like puberty and periods and stuff like that. My problem is they execute it in a horrible way that makes them look like absolute idiots. And the characters are cringy, annoying, and just not funny or even likable in any sense. And the whole, I liked the concept. This girl, when she gets overly emotional, turning into this red panda, and she has to learn to control her emotions through a bunch of different situations. I like the concept. But tying it in with female hormones and puberty and periods is one step too far. And what makes this even worse, and this is very disturbing to both me and a lot of other people, I've heard in some of the comment sections of these videos that they got off on this movie. I can't say the actual word because I'm going to get flagged, but getting off on this movie. And hearing that they're getting off on a kids' film that's supposed to be aimed at kids and helping them through this time of their life is disgusting. It is absolutely appalling. And it just makes this whole situation so much worse. And to that the writing was bad, the story was a mess, and the characters are the worst that Pixar's ever come up with. This is by far the worst movie they've ever done. They made a Sony movie. That's what they did. They made something annoying, cringing, appalling, and disgusting. And something I never want to watch again, or even touch with a 50-foot pole. After watching this movie just one time, I was done with it. I wanted to throw my phone out the window. I wanted to put my fists in the wall. I wanted to scream the F word as loud as I could up to the sky. That is how angry this film makes me. And I dare say that it even killed a part of me inside of it is dead because of this. This is the worst movie I've seen so far this year. And it's not even a contest. I mean, I would rather watch any of the other films I just talked about than ever watch this again. Pixar, you screw up Lightyear and I swear there will be hell to pay. My final verdict for this piece of crap is a 1. A 1 out of 10. I would rather watch Cars 2. Plain and simple. Because at least with that movie, I can get some ironic enjoyment out of it. From the action and the nice visuals. Here, outside of the visuals, it has nothing. And at its core is a disgusting, appalling offense to humankind. And the fact that everyone is praising this so much legitimately pisses me off. I feel like me and Sean Chandler are alone on this one, aren't we? We're the only two who don't like this movie. In fact, I'd go so far as to say I hate it. I absolutely freaking hate it. And like I said, it's not because of the subject matter. It's not because of the director's race or the gender of the director or anyone else involved. It is just not having the talent to tackle something that's this serious and this mature. If it was executed great, I'd be singing its praise to the high heavens. But like Encanto, I just can't. It has a good... the concept was fine. But the rest of it was an absolute crapshoot. This is bottom barrel trash, and I am never, ever touching it again. And with that, that is my thoughts on every animated film that has been released thus far in 2022. Considering how great so far everything else from 2022 has been, it angers me that animation, like animated films this year, have been just average to god-awful. That upsets me. It legitimately upsets me. And I hope... what do we have left? Now it's up to the other animated films to come out later this year to pick up the slack. Let's see. Sonic Movie 2, I'm not counting that. That's live action. Let's see. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. The Bad Guys. Lightyear. Puss in Boots 2. Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. And that's it. It is up to those films to try and redeem this year for animation. I really hope this is the last time I have to talk about a god-awful animated movie this year. For the sake of my own sanity. I'm done. If you watched this video, thank you. If you didn't, I don't blame you. This is just something I needed to get off my chest. Okay? And I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. I just wanted to give my complete, honest, unbiased opinion. And if that makes me the bad guy, then feel free to unsubscribe. And if you're going to be a douche in the comments about any of this, I will delete your comment and you will be blocked. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching this discussion video. And next time it's gonna be a lot more cheery. Because from here on out, it's gonna be nothing but Sonic Month on Animation Station. And some stuff on Cynical Sane 77 when it releases. But thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to both these channels, please. And the link to my Patreon for the Animation Station part of this video will be down in the description below if you guys want to go that extra mile. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. But thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to my rambles. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.